Hey FBCUC band, I just wanted to go over real quickly the operation of the ME-1. There's been some changes made to it, and I just wanted to kind of step you through all of it and make sure that everybody is clear about it. Just want to let you know that all of the ME-1s, whether it's electric guitar, bass guitar, keyboard, piano, they're all set up the same with these presets. It's also for first service and second service. They're identical as far as the presets go. Although first service will be programming and saving their scenes, and I'll show you how to do that on number 1. And then the second service will be recalling and saving their scene over here on number 8. So let's get started. So the first thing that I want you to know is that there is this little template right here that will basically help you understand what each of these buttons are programmed for. So button number 1 is vocals group, and I'll explain the group here in a minute. And then button number 9 is speaker group. I'll explain what that means as far as what's in there. And then again, you have drum group, which is assigned to number 2. So this label right here that's on here is just a quick reference for you to, instead of having to memorize buttons, y'all can just look at the sheet and see what's going on. I'll just let you know that these currently right here are open and are there for future use. So let's get started. One of the very first things that's basic and I want to show you is that you got basic operations. So you got your master level volume right here. So this is the overall of all of these buttons that you have them set up. That is the master volume that goes to your earbuds or your headphones. The other thing that you have here is I'm going to press the master button, and if I press the master button again, you'll see that you have a EQ that you can do, a little basic EQ, three band EQ. You got low, mid, and high. To adjust that, what I'm going to do is I am going to press this button down and then start turning it. I am going to, there you go. So I press the button down and I can start turning it. So I can notch, that mid-range, or I can boost that mid-range. So I'm going to bring it back to where it was, and then I click that button one more time to let go. So if I want to go to low, I'm going to go, as you can see, I went from here to here. I'm going to press the button, I'm going to let go, and then as you can see, I can boost or notch. Boost, and I'm going to leave it, and then I'm going to press the button again and let it go. All right, so that's by hitting this button right here, the master button, is what gets you into that little 3-band parametric EQ, okay? All right, so you got master volume, you got this button here for the parametric EQ, you've got this button, this knob right here is not only a button, I'm pressing it down, but it's also turns. This is what you're going to use quite a bit for doing selections and adjustments. All right. Before we get into the operation of this, let's talk about scene saving and scene recall. So I'm going to show you a little trick. When you first walk up to the mixer in the morning, and or in the evening for your rehearsal, one way you can see what scene it's programmed on, either 1 or 8, first service, second service, is you can hit the recall button, and whatever button is lit solid means that is what the mixer currently is in. As you can see, as I keep holding the button down, number 1 is flashing. What that means is there is data that is programmed and saved in that scene. But the solid lit means that is currently the condition that this mixer is in. So let's say we want to recall this to number 1. So what I'm going to do, if you're a first service band member and you come in for your Wednesday night rehearsal, you hit 1, 1, boom. And as you saw, when I did that, the 1 was lit up solid and 8 started flashing. So again, I'm gonna hit the recall button, boom, and as you can see, number 1 is solid, number 8 is lit up. So I'm gonna hit 8 to go to the second service settings. I'm gonna hit 8 and 8, and I'm gonna hold this down, and as you can see, it switched where this is flashing now, and 8 is solid because that means second service is now programmed. All right, let's talk about saving. So let's say you go in here and you start making adjustments and fine-tuning and everything you need to save. What you're gonna do is you're gonna hit the recall and the store button, which is this recall button, but you can see right here on the label it says store. I'm gonna hit store. Okay, now as you can see, you've got number 1 that's lit up solid, and you got all the others that are open. So I'm gonna save this to number 8. I'm gonna hit 8 and 8. So now that is saved to the second service recall button. Again, if I hold the recall down, you can see I'm in the second service recall scene. All right, same thing for first service. So I'm gonna go ahead and recall first service. And let's say I make some adjustments. Again, as I hit it, I'm in number 1, first service. So I'm gonna hit shift, store, I can let go, and as you can see, it's all flashing, meaning you can program these to wherever you want. And I'm gonna go first service, boom, it's saved. If I hit recall, we're in the first service. All right, so that's saving your scene, recalling your scene. Again, you're gonna want to recall it when you come in for rehearsal. You're gonna wanna save it after you're done with rehearsal. And then on Sunday morning, you wanna recall it for when you get to your position. And then if you make adjustments, you can save it after you're done with the worship service. All right, let's talk about adjusting the various mixes. So what we have here, again, vocal group. So when you see the group, that means there are multiple channels in this particular subgroup or this selection. So if I hit number 1, what happens is, boom, you see that I'm now in the vocals group because the group button lit up. If I now hit the group button, boom, you can now see that all of these channels that are in here can be adjusted, their levels. So the names are assigned from the soundboard. So whatever I have named it up there, that's what they are here. So if you want to adjust Charles, who's on wireless microphone number 1, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this button right here. I'm gonna press it, and then I'm gonna turn the knob, and as you can see right here, I'm adjusting his level up and down, up and down. Now, again, there's a stereo output, and there's a stereo here for a 1/4 inch, and then there's a mono output. But if you're running stereo in ears, one of the things that you can do is I am going to press the button down and hold it down, and then as you can see right there, I'm actually panning it between left ear and right ear. Right ear, and I'll show you where that's useful to have. So I'm going to put it back center. Once I'm done programming Charles's level, I'm going to press the button. As you can see, it unhighlighted his name. I'm going to go to Kristen. I'm going to press the button, and I can adjust up and down. I'm going to press the button, and I'm going to go down. So that's how you do, and you go. Now, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to turn, so the group button is flashing, means we're in the group settings, or adjustments. I'm going to press it again, and as you can see, vocals. I want to let you know that this volume right here is for the entire group. So if I sit here and if I just bring this down, I'm bringing the entire group up and down in the mix. Again, that's the entire group. This is adjusting the entire group. All 8 or 9 of those microphones are now going up or they're going down in your headset. And again, you have master volume right here because that's all of these. All right, so I'm going to bring this back up to normal, and I'm going to go to the drum group. So if we go to the drum group, as you can see, it's a group, drums. I'm going to hit that, and you've got all this adjustment. So here's where the panning left and right is. As you can see, I've got a tom left, and I'm going to scroll down, and I got a tom right. So as you can see, I've panned it a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and also you can see I've done the crash as well, left a little bit there and a little bit there. It helps when you have stereo headphones to kind of have a little bit of a panning in your ear. And again, I'm going to show you how I did that. I am going to select the crash, and then I am going to press the button down and hold it down, and then I can turn it. Okay, there we go. So go back to group, and as you can see on this one particular, they have the drums all the way down in the volume. All right, so now we have the percussion group, which is the 3 microphones that we have set up for the percussion. We have the rhythm group, and the rhythm group is bass guitar, electric guitar, and 2 acoustic guitars that we have here. And then we have the keys group, and you go in there and you got piano, you got keys, and then you got the Nord. The Nord is the red keyboard that we have, and that will always be its label. So the Nord is that new red keyboard that we have. All right, tracks group. Let's go to the tracks. So if I go in here, it's a group. Here's all the tracks. Again, I want to let you know that naming right there comes from the soundboard. If you want tracks in your ears, you can, or you don't have to. You can sit here and, you know, and just say, no, I don't need all the tracks. I'm just going to turn them down. All right? All right. Here's the other thing that has been added and is new. On the click tracks, we have what's called a cue or a click. No, we have a cue and we have a click. The cue is the voice that tells you what chorus, verse, bridge, tag, outro, intro. So you have adjustment there. Now, as you can see, it is not a group because the group light is not lit up, okay? So when you click the cue, you just sit here, right here, and you start adjusting it. No need to press down or anything. You just adjust it, okay? And as you can see, I have panned it over a little bit to my left ear where I hear it more over there in the left ear. The click, that's for your tempo. As you can see, when I click it, I have it panned a little bit over to the right ear, and again, it is an adjustment. The reason why I did not put the cue or the click in with the tracks is because when you're playing, and if something goes wonky and you need it's a very quick press, adjust, press, adjust. Instead of having to go into the group, hit the group, and then hit the track, and then make your adjustment. That's the reason why I ended up putting it where the click and the cue are just right there on those buttons, okay? Because those are the two that you will probably end up adjusting the most in a service. Even in possibly even live, you may have to make some adjustments. All right, let's talk about the speaker group. What I have done in there, it's a group, and if I click it, you will see that it is this weekend. Anthony is on Belt Pack 3, and then Brian Cash is on Belt Pack 2. So it just allows you to have a little bit of the speakers that are at the podium in here. The media group, right now, all it is, it's a group, and all I've got is the iPod in there. If you want to listen to what I'm playing up there on the iPod, you can. But eventually that iPod may change to the CD or a video or whatever, but just let you know that's what the media group is all about. And then the auxiliary group, I'll let you know there's nothing assigned. It is a group, but there's nothing assigned to it. It's basically a placeholder for future items. Talkback, this is the button, and then again, the adjustment you can do, and this is so that you can hear me from the soundboard, or whoever is the sound engineer, to be able to talk to you, you know, from the soundboard and get cues. So that's the basic operation of it. Hope this little refresher course for you helps, and let me know what other videos that you need to have. Always, if you think that you know, there's some additional things here that you need, or if there's, you know, some rearranging or whatever, I'm always open to that. I think I've got it laid out to where it's pretty easy and simple, especially with all your instrumentation is all up here on the top row, including your vocals. And just to let you know, this thing does have the ability to do 40 channels. That's where the groups come in. Whereas on the Avioms, it was like this, where it was only, you know, one item to a button. So the groups allows us to put 40 channels in here. I will tell you, as of right now, this is maxed out at 40 channels. And so we have 40 channels going into this mixer right here. So if there's something that you are wanting, means that I'm gonna have to take away something that's in here. All right, guys, I hope this video helps, and we'll start seeing you soon at rehearsals and on Sunday morning rehearsals, Sunday morning worship services.